This program is a chance for any citizen to ask themselves, at what point does one group or person's rights to protest and to practice free speech supersede or encroach upon another's rights? Free speech is a citizen's guaranteed right under the First Amendment of the Constitution. But is this right to free speech and protest an absolute right? As you enter Old Town Bellevue across the Missouri River from Iowa, you are greeted with the flag-lined Mission Avenue. You get a sense of the community's support of everything our flag has grown to represent. Continue down Mission Avenue and you will find those small businesses and services that a community requires to support itself and to help define its way of life and community. Coffee shops, schools, a theater, they all line the backbone of Old Town Bellevue, Mission Avenue. As you approach this crest in the road, there's no telling what you may find on the other side. On any given day, there is a struggle, a conflict taking place between the right to assemble and to practice free speech and the rights of the average citizen to navigate the streets and the sidewalks of the community peacefully and safely.
When I go down there, I still see your things. Everyone's there.
Obviously,
We're here a couple hours,
what's going to happen.
2-3 hours,
Why
and
do you
that's
want to
it.
show them?
I know it's a horrible thing. I've worked with
Go around the
Father Norman Westman. I'm a missionary priest on mission to the unborn children. Try to keep them alive.
My mission is, as an American, I believe in your right to protest. I also believe that the imagery that you use here, these placards, these posters, and now in this case the trucks, is an abuse of the First Amendment, and your message is being pushed upon me as a taxpayer and as an American.
Yeah, we've checked this out very carefully. I've been doing this for 25 years now, and there's no question in our mind that we have the freedom to express ourselves when there's danger of a murder. And that's what's happening here. There's the murder of an unborn child. That'll be overturned here very shortly when we overturn Roe versus Wade. There's a car coming in now. If you want to look at this car coming in here, this is what we do. We try to, here there's a person here tries to reason with them and let them know that there's a murder taking place.
That person's made a personal choice, and they have a personal freedom to use this legal operation.
That's right. So you see, we don't stop them, but we try to persuade them.
You taunt them.
We don't do anything.
Yes, I've seen him on public access where he has his video camera and he's recording them.
Who's he?
The gentleman up there holding the poster.
Oh yes, but he has, his intentions are noble, and that he's trying to stop the killing of a child. There's a baby involved.
But your message is no stronger than the other person's personal right. This is a question of personal choice, and
There's two.
while you morally may not agree
There's two persons
with
going
Dr.
in.
Carhart's operation, it is a legal operation at this point. He is performing a legal service.
If you wanted to get my view, there's two people going into that center now. Two people, not one, but two. There's two persons going in there. You're only considering one. You're saying kill the child if it gets in your way. If it's in your comfort level, you say kill it. Why?
No, I'm not. I'm saying you have a right to protest. I'm saying as a community, our Bellevue community does not need the obscene, grotesque posters and size of the vans that you choose to use for your message. That's my point.
If it stops a murder, yes, it is justified.
Would you find it offensive if I came out with my own placards and posters to illustrate pedophiles in the Catholic Church? Can I have a poster of a priest with a little altar boy bent over with the rosaries dangling? Would you find that offensive? My point, while some may find extreme, was that we all have causes. Whether it be pedophile priests, taxes, the war, the environment, we all have causes that we feel strongly about. As a society, though, are all these causes and rights to free speech and to protest absolute? Do we have a responsibility as a community to maintain a civility for the peaceful coexistence of all, while at the same time we have the freedom to express ourselves?
I believe they should have a right, both sides, but I don't think the imagery is necessary. I think it scares young children, and quite honestly, it's just disgusting. That's my opinion.
I have a 2- and 3-year-old child, and when I drive down here, I have to have them look the opposite way of this because I don't want them to see this. I don't even let them watch anything over PG or G-rated on my television. Why would I let them see something like this?
Actually, I do have a kid. I have a little 2-year-old, and that's not the kind of world I want to bring him up in. I don't want him to basically see the crap that other people think that they need to enforce upon other people.
You know, everyone has their own choice, and that's their business. But my children don't need to see those type of signs. I will not drive down Mission Street because of it. I refuse. 2 in Betts, and we come straight down here. I still drive them all the way from Omaha, and I come down here and turn on 24th and then down. And as far as Mission, I take my daughter to the junior high after, which I avoid that completely.
So you avoid just going down there? Okay.
Like I said, it's their choice, but it's private, leave it that way.
So you go out of your way to avoid?
Yes. My kids don't need to see that.
Parent for my
about
parents
going around
not
the
to
other
see
way?
this.
I have 6.
Because why
about
should
going
I
around the other
go
way?
all the way through?
Because they're
we
killing
want
children.
Down to go all the way around.
is
I have a
children.
right
Around
to
the block.
drive down.
But these
here.
signs
can
save
drive.
children.
We
These
have a right
signs,
to have these signs.
sometimes these
Yeah.
signs, you listen for a minute.
You're wrong.
Tell them a story about some of the men and women that look at these signs and decide not to go in there and abort their babies.
They don't know. They
So
don't
hand out a pamphlet when they pull up and don't
try.
charge
A
that
lot of people
garbage
drive
thing.
by who are
Signs
Signs
considering
are more
Signs.
effective.
these signs.
That's right.
Signs worth 1,000
right.
words.
First of all, 10 minutes ago, we had a whole pack of young children out here praying with us.
There shouldn't have been
Okay.
a pack of
They're
small
not-
children.
they
A
weren't bothered
child
by
under
it.
the age of
They're not
16
bothered
should
by
be.
that's parents' decision to bring those
That's
children
right.
to
That's
it.
your decision
I
to
am a
drive
parent
down this street.
to have the right to drive down here, to walk down here and go to the parks
Well,
without
that's too
having
bad.
to see that.
They're
Well, that's
killing
what's
children.
happening
That's more
in there.
important.
It's what they live
We're
in.
here to expose
This
the
is
truth.
the
That's what the
what they
First
live in,
Amendment's
but they
all
don't
about.
need to
To
see it.
protect
Well, we want them to
unpopular
close-
speech.
Okay, do you
Because
let
know
them have
something?
not
The
come in
truth
here
is
because
usually
they've
the most
seen that?
unpopular
no,
speech
because
of all.
they've seen you and they're
And that's
afraid
why
of
we're
you.
here,
No,
to expose the reality
They're
that
like
goes
it's
on
not
here.
a blog.
If this wasn't
They don't know
true,
it's not
they
a
would
blog.
sue me, wouldn't they?
think it's
No, they're afraid of
Ask
you.
them
I
why they
know.
don't sue
I
me.
believe
Because
that
they would
probably come
lose.
back a couple
Because
days
it's
later
the
and
truth.
scared of
And
you.
truth is the
every day.
defense.
Afraid of
What do you think about the graphic nature of these signs?
First of all, my first take on it would be it's a danger to public safety because people are driving up and down these roads. They don't need stuff to stop and look at and cause a car wreck and kill some more people.
Okay. What do you think about their right to protest and your right to choose what to look at in terms of the signage?
Well, myself, I'm a believer in God and I go to church and that's what I do, but in my eyes, God gave us free will to make a choice, and basically they're beating people up and kicking them while they're on the ground for making the choice that God gave them the right to do.
Okay.
And as of protesting, they're abusing their rights and that people go across this country and die for to give them the ability to do this, but then they want to go out and abuse that right.
The question of public safety becomes evident after you spend a little time at the protest site. Vehicles are forced to stop short as other vehicles attempt to turn into the partially obstructed driveway, only to be stopped by the protesters. Other motives for tension could easily be diverted from the traffic at hand. Walkers are forced to navigate congested and partially obstructed sidewalks. Imagine the same setting on a school day, as children are forced to deal with these situations, these obstructions, while walking to their schools.
Well, the one thing I don't like about it is because I have a small child, I don't particularly care for abortion, but I don't particularly want to see pictures or want her subjected to pictures at such a young age. You know, because usually we're just coming straight. I try to avoid the area as much as possible.
Okay, so you take a different route getting around. And as far as their right to protest, I mean, sometimes they're out there as far as the graphics and the vocal.
That's fine. If they want to stand out there and try and stop people, I don't have a problem with that. But I think they could do without the pictures and the signs and whatever else they have out there. The pictures is what really bothers me.
Right, and so, you know, constitutionally they're protected because they can protest.
Right.
And then how do you think that weighs against your right to choose what kind of imagery you want to see? Do you think that's more important or less important, or how do you feel about that?
Well, I think that the majority, I mean, if there's a bunch of people in the city of Bellevue that don't want to see that type of stuff, then I think a petition should be put together and get them out. I mean, that's what the city is all about, is trying to make things right. And if you have so many people coming together and stating that they don't want this to go on any longer, then let's get a petition going. Let's get it signed. Get as many people as we can to sign this to get rid of the graphics. I mean, they can still stand over there and protest, just get rid of the graphics, the pictures. You know, I mean, I understand that they're trying to get a point across, but you can get your point across without the pictures.
Right.
So, I mean, if that's, I mean, fine. They want to protest, protest. Get rid of the pictures.
Not all of the pro-life protesters choose to use the obscene and grotesque graphics, posters, trucks that some do. Some of the protesters join together for peaceful prayer, rosary, and singing. They are respectful of the Bellevue community and the community's right to free access to the sidewalks and safety on the roads, while at the same time expressing their point of view and their pro-life stance.
I feel more like this is an adult issue, and there are small children in this area, and this is not something that children need to deal with at this age. They don't need to know about abortion. My kids need to know what colors to learn, what shapes to learn. They don't need to see this crap.
Don't these people have a right to protest, though?
They have a right to protest, but I think there's right ways and wrong ways of protesting. You can't even put that on a billboard. You can't put this on the news. Why is it acceptable for me to drive down here and see this every day? It's ridiculous. I'm a Christian. I believe in not having an abortion. I believe that a child has a right to life. However, my children don't need to see that crap. They don't. It's not acceptable.
Don't you think after 40 years of education by the government that it's okay to kill children, and maybe
I know
somebody
it's
should
not
try...
okay to kill children. I'm pro-life.
Well,
I believe.
What this is all about is trying to educate
But my
people.
3-year-old doesn't need to be educated by this. My 3-year-old.
Did you come in our earlier when we had a whole family of kids that were from 3 to 7?
They shouldn't see this
It
stuff.
didn't bother them at all.
Oh, so my kids should go out and watch
all you have to do
Amityville Horror or some crap
all you
like
have to do
that.
is explain it to them that this is
No,
a child
he's
that's
3
murdered.
years.
It's
He
okay.
doesn't need to know about murder. He's 3 years old.
And can I ask you where do these vans come from?
You sound like you want to have a
Why is it a great
dialogue with
secret?
yourself.
Where do the vans come from?
I think you're taking up my time. You didn't want to.
Who's supporting your operation?
You gave me the impression that.
Now let's talk about the truck and the van that shows up. That's what, 20 by 30 feet?
I don't know.
Where did that come from?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I'm not.
You just show up out here and you don't say, whoa, where's that coming from? Who's paying for that? You don't know? You don't know if it's from Bellevue? Is it our local community? Is it out of Kansas City?
I'm sorry?
You don't know, is the group spokesperson where the van's coming from?
I said call them up. It says it on the van. It says Operation Rescue. Call them up. It's on the truck. I've got nothing to hide on the truck.
This man, previously described as a man of noble intentions, has been known to video record employees as they show up for their day of work at the abortion clinic. He's also been known to record and taunt various customers, ladies who are showing up for the day's procedures. On 2 separate occasions, he followed me back to my vehicle. The first time, as you will see, he caught me off guard as I saw the reflection in my vehicle's glass of him coming up behind me.
12 Ford Explorer. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. That'll make nice home movies for your children. Then maybe they won't end up in a place like this. So spread the word far and wide. How does it help a woman to murder her unborn child? What does that do for her? Doesn't give her a lifetime of heartache. I only want to suck the brains out of a little girl. I know you're a pervert. I know you're a pervert. You're a fat lesbian murderer.
The second time that he followed me back to my vehicle, I was more prepared. I was aware of his tactics and his intimidations.
The guy here is skulking around, taking license plates.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm just having fun as usual.
Yeah, so am I. He's skulking around taking license.
So I used to do that. What came of that?
Well, we'll see. It depends what he does. He ain't doing it.
That just depends what he does. What about the day you assaulted this thing and I picked your sign?
Well, that's not what the judge
It was during
said.
this time that I met David Keller. At the time, I did not know if he was friend or foe, or if I should be threatened.
Yeah, I was bogusly arrested, and I'll make this short, but it's on the internet at members.cox.net /sidewalker. The tape recording of Larry Donlin coming up to me and assaulting me. What I thought, I didn't know why he was approaching me. I was holding this tape recorder in my hand while he was having an argument, and he was close to me, and I put my foot in his sign and bent it, and then I said, "What are you doing?" And I got charged for criminal mischief. And it was and to get to my point, I really didn't realize until then that the reason I was standing on the sidewalk at that time is because I can. It's my sidewalk too. Exactly. A citizen ought to be able to stand on the sidewalk and face people who are behaving badly. Is the word I would use, and that is pretty much my technique to make a statement. Hey, you people are behaving badly. And obviously now we have, I think, 2 trucks here with 4 massive pictures on it. What we do about it, obviously, is very tough. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. I can't say that they shut the store down, and I can't say I think I talked on occasion with the person whose house is for sale. If that's still the same guy. I don't even know it's the same guy. I can't say that it's because of the protesters. Now I know that, on Saturday mornings, I think most of the houses on Burt Murphy Drive are pretty much, shut and closed. Sometimes you see people playing there. I think they ignore the protesters. I can't say that, you asked the question, I can't say that there is any particular economic impact or property value impact, but you know, I'm not a property owner.
Guess what? God will testify for you just like he said he would. He didn't put in the Bible, I want you to judge each other, did he?
This is murder. This is what this guy does all the time. It's murder.
And this is abuse of freedom.
Do you have an opinion about the use of the imagery, the use of the graphics that this group chooses to use?
I think it's in extremely poor taste. It does not need to be displayed for young kids. And I think this particular kind of thing goes way beyond the First Amendment.
No, you need
How
to
is
pray.
that sticking up for them?
Because that baby said, don't forget me, that hurts.
No,
That's
that
my
baby
head.
says you are exploiting
That
me.
baby said, look, don't you ever forget me. And this is what they did to me.
You're exploiting
Don't
me.
forget me.
We've had enough time. Just walk away from it.
It is. But really,
We've
because
explained you don't want to listen, and
and I
that's
will
too
pray
bad
against
because
you,
it's
okay?
not going anywhere.
You need to sit and
No.
pray for a long time before
We'd
you
like to
come
help
against
you. We've tried to
the
explain
whole
the truth
network
to you.
that's done here.
You don't want to listen.
Yes, this is right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You're going to hide behind the law?
This is rated R, and I have a 3-year-old who
We have
should not
no. They come
see
back
it.
and tell us. I saw that.
Again, you
I
have the
left.
choice to drive. It's your choice to bring
You're
your child
right.
to this
It is
site.
my choice, and because
So
I
there you
live down
go.
here, I shouldn't have to drive
Your
all the way
decision.
through
You
Iowa,
don't have to
all the way
drive all the way
around
through Iowa.
Bellevue to
You go
avoid
around the
this.
block, for
I
Pete's
have
sake.
the right
All you have to do
drive.
is turn at this
You
corner.
need to
You're
pray.
one
What if I'm
block
going to
away.
Offutt? You
It's
want me
one.
to come all
Then
the
you
way
go
down,
straight
all the
over
way
and
around?
over.
I
Or
still
you go
see the
around
damn
there
thing
and
when I
over.
drive that way.
No, you
If you go
don't.
over there, you're not going to see any signs.
I can see the other side
Okay,
of that
as I
sign.
said, you don't give a nothing about the
I
children that
do
die
care
here.
about children.
Then what
You
are
have
you doing
no
about the
idea.
children that are dying here? What
You
are you
haven't
doing?
I work with the
What are you doing?
teenagers and
What are
the
you doing
parents
about
who
these
are
children
doing
being
this
murdered
Just the
here?
fact that she's
What
a
are you
foster
doing about
parent?
these people murdered here?
I do foster. I'm doing foster care.
No, it's not the point. You're
God bless you. In the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.